How's everybody doing today? I hope you're all well. Um, I'm doing pretty good. You've been watching me over the last week. Um, that was extremely profound for me. And there's more synchronicities that had happened as a result that I found out about clearing the karma, family ancestral stuff, the downloads I got about it, and the synchronicities that went with it. Well, there's more that I found out. I didn't come on and really talk about that. I have been in a weird fog all of Pisces season. I knew that there was there was more that needed cleared within me. And our ancestors are there to help us do it and show us. But, yeah. After all of the things that had happened had went down, as far as like my family stuff, and it's really bright in here for some reason. After all the stuff with my family went down, I kind of just was getting by my, like, you know, you need that time just to reboot and recharge. And I'm really starting to trust my intuition and the positive part of not focusing on the negative stuff. But when that negative stuff comes, to switch it and say, no, I'm not going to align with that negative thought. I'm going to align with a positive outcome. And I've been doing that, and I've been seeing results like crazy. In my own well-being, I've noticed myself become way more grounded and way more trusting of the universe. It's given that control over. It's given the control. Not that we're not co-creating, because when we align with positive thought patterns, even though it's hard when you're in the midst of a storm, to look at the positive and be like, you want to know what, I'm just going to focus on that and soak on the positive of this thing. And that's going to create the reality for me to be at peace with myself through this trial and come out triumphant. And I think that has been, we all know the last few years have been really weird. Everything on the planet is shifting. Consciousness is shifting as well. And every single sector globally, everything is changing within people. And it's at a cellular level as well. So, one other thing after the whole dealing with my grandmother's death, and I told you the synchronicities and all the downloads I was getting during that whole time, it was pretty amazing. And I know some people have a real issue with Christianity and Jesus, whatever. I'm not trying to sway people one way or another. I'm going from the template of what I know is true deep in my core about the love of God and how God does not want us to be miserable. He wants us to be He wants to help co-create with us into a beautiful life and into a beautiful outcome so that you can fulfill your purpose here. But the only way you're going to do that is if you align with creation to co-create positivity and raise the vibration. That's why we're light workers. One of the things that I knew, and it's kind of been like just an internal knowing about my property, um, since the moment I moved in here and started renovating, I knew that this place was, there was something very wrong with my house. And then things started to manifest. And then I started hearing things, and things started happening around here. I live in central Pennsylvania, in a very new but old town. But I live in the oldest part of my city. I live in the Fifth Ward. I should do a walk around and show you how ancient, I can't really say ancient, but how old the area I live in is. Like, right next to me is the first bank in this town. This used to not be called Sunbury, it was Cake Town where I live. It was a facet, but it was an outskirt. And I'm gonna have to go in some night with all the stuff that I saw, and before I even understood what was happening to me. Um, this was Indian territory where I live. Most of the United States is, but this was Indian territory. Indians lived here, resided here, and they were pretty pissed, and rightfully so, at the atrocities that had happened. Either way, there's an entity or entities called skinwalkers that can transform. And if you believe in angels and you believe in God, you better believe in other entities that are here. Well, I just thought it was disembodied spirit, lost soul, which there was some here. However, what was really here that I could not get rid of, and I needed a shaman to do it, was a skinwalker that was placed here as a curse to curse this land because it was not taken care of. I mean, for Pete's sakes, the Indian chief here, one of the biggest, you can look it up, Google it if you would like. Central Pennsylvania, most famous Indian chief, lived on this land. His name was Chief Shikellamy. I'm giving you a little history lesson. He's not very, our school's named at, I went to Shikellamy High School. Like, you know, we revere our ancestors, you know, and even this town talks so highly of Chief Shikellamy, but they polluted the land with chemicals. They did not take care of our river that flows, which one of these days I'm going to do a walkthrough with you all, just around the block, and show you my surroundings. That's one thing that I understand. With me being a spiritual person, I picked up on that. This skinwalker was in my house. The reason I know is because I had a few people now, and it hasn't happened recently, but I had a few people tell me, if you know what a skinwalker is, they could take the form or shape and look like another person or an animal or what have you. But it's to make you think you're woohoo going crazy, or like you just had, what the hell, and make you second guess. But it happened when I first moved in here. There was a friend of mine who was helping me renovate, paint, and stuff like that. And he could have swore he saw me come down the steps, go around the corner, and down in the basement. This guy didn't believe in shit. Nothing. Like, he pretty much, you're dead, you're dead. Didn't believe in nothing. So, as he's painting around the doorway, I have windows that are downstairs that go the whole way around. And at nighttime, when there's no curtains up, you can actually see a reflection because they kind of darken and you see the reflection inside and you can't really see out. Um, and he could have swore he saw in the reflection me coming down the steps or a girl and go down in the basement. So he yells up to me, asks me where I'm at, and I'm like, I'm in the bathroom painting like I've been for the last hour. He comes running up the steps, hightailing it, and he's like, I knew I saw something. He's like, I don't believe in this stuff. I don't believe in this shit. I'm like, believe in what? And he said, ghost. And I'm like, that's messed up. What the was that? And I said, I told you, I felt it. And then as I lived here longer, other things were happening, and there was other spirits that were here, definitely. But not to mention there was another structure that sat exactly where my house is, yet there's no record of it. And it's interesting. Thank you for whoever liked this because it shows there's nobody on here. Well, after everything that had happened with my family line, hey Jess, and the other synchronicities that I got, I knew that I had to. Yeah, Jess, it shows you're not on here. I love YouTube. But which was more, and I'm going to have to go into more about that because I got other stuff that ties both lines of the Jaeger saga together, with my mom being a Jaeger, when my dad being a Jaeger, but different lines. It was a karmic loop. And there was more synchronicities that go right along with it. That's super cool. And I know at one point I'm going to have to clear the last line, which is my maternal grandmother. Like I said, it's going to be kind of ugly probably, so bear with me. But, well, back to I knew that there was a skinwalker here because, and it was still here when I moved back. When I first moved back here after moving away to finish college, well, thanks. When I first moved back here after finishing college, because I just rented my house out, I went to the metaphysical store because I knew my daughter would be here. And I know that there was stuff that was here. And it was interesting as I was talking to the woman about protection. I wanted to get her a necklace to wear and have with her while she was in this house. I explained to her where I lived, and she said I was there in your house before. Because the renter who rented off of me got freaked out because of the stuff that was happening in my house. And it's like, she's like, I won't go back in that house. Nope. I guess when she came in here, she started having visions. She saw what the old house that used to sit here looked like. She saw the layout of the bathroom. Like, it was, and she was telling me all this stuff, and she had told me basically what to do to clear it. And that was like 3 years ago. And I kind of have been clearing stuff myself. Not to mention, my bedroom is my sacred spot. So I did all kinds of clearings in this room. Meditation music 24/7. But I got a hold of, I put out on Facebook yesterday, some of you saw, if anybody knows of any shamans in the area, can you please send them my way? And crazy enough, I had a friend who I knew from when I bartended years ago down at a hose company that I worked at, fire company. And she messaged me and she's like, well, what kind of shaman are you looking for? And I said, well, I have a skinwalker in my house. I know it's there. I'm not. She's like, Lisa, she said, there's so many people who are waking up now I'm actually going to go meet her on Monday night for dinner because well, just for coffee and stuff to talk about all this stuff. I'm finding people in my own community now who are waking up. But she had got a hold of somebody who she knew who what practices shamanism, told them where I lived. They didn't have to even come here. They just used the theta beats. And I told her my situation. And at one point, I want to do a real peace treaty ritual, with a real shaman and a real healer, that isn't of Indian descent, and come together for the sake of this community. Because this community, whether they want to believe it or not, is under a curse. They're cursed. This whole area is. I mean, it doesn't help when the surrounding areas and surrounding places call your hometown scumberry. Like I said, words are powerful, and what you speak out your mouth manifest. In the 43, almost 44 years of my life, I saw this town fall apart, just like my life. But it's time to rebuild these things. It's really time to co-create and bring a positive. If you're getting that negative thought, guess what? There's a polarity going on. There's a spiritual battle going on in your mind. Are you going to line up with that negative thought pattern of how you always think things will go? And then when they go that way, you're like, well, I was right. We call that intuition. Well, let me tell you what. I woke up, like I said, the shaman didn't even have to come here. She just removed it. And I felt it's so much lighter in this house. And I do know when you remove those things, you cannot leave the place desolate. You have to replace it with something, or it can come back and it can be 7 times worse. So, doing a ritual with my angels, and I do have one other overseer here that watches over that me and the house, and she's a gray hair woman from what the gal had told me, which I was pretty aware of. That is my grandma, not the one that just passed. My other one checks on me all the time. I'm sure now I'm gonna have 2 check on me, but yeah, those are the weird things that we as spirits having a human experience, because we were always told our whole life, and we were programmed to believe that this stuff doesn't exist. We were all told this. Ghosts aren't real. We were all told curses aren't real. Blessings aren't real. The only thing that's real is the 3D bullshit that you see in front of you. Speak to those problems and pull into existence. Like I said, people like to call it the law of attraction, and it's a universal law. What you ponder on, what you focus on, is going to create your reality. Well, I woke up today. This is the Ace of Wands part. And I woke up in a very, very good mood. Started cleaning my house, which is unusual for me when I first wake up. And I just had a peace that was like unfamiliar territory. It felt very unfamiliar. And there was a few times, like there's a few things that could have, that came up that could have triggered me, but I was like, no, I'm going to stay positive and be positive. And I'm not saying like, yeah, we got to take care of our shit. Absolutely. And if there is negative shit in the 3D, we need to speak positive over that. But now we're coming into manifestation power where we could have been speaking positive and not seeing results like we wanted to or we expect would happen. AKA, I was praying for healing from my gram. Well, she got healed in a different way, which also led to healing for my aunt and a peace for her and a peace for me. And I told my daughter about the other synchronicities that I found out. And she was kind of baffled because it's not a coincidence. We need to stop thinking things are coincidences that are good that happen to us. No, that's you creating the good things by your thoughts and your words, and many times by taking action. That's that Ace of Wands. It's right in your reach. We're coming out of Pisces season into Aries season. Yep, I'm good. We're coming out of Pisces season into Aries season real fast. I don't know what happened the last month. It's been a fog. And it's been download after download after download after download after let's work. That's no coincidence either. Download after download after, and trying to process all of that, and then going through the trials and more clearing of your own soul and the karmic line of your family. It's starting to make sense now. Oh boy. It's my kid yelling out. Yeah. Yeah, well, like I said, we're coming in Aries season real fast. Spring equinox is here. Pretty well. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It's a beautiful day. And it's going to be beautiful from here on out. I'm not saying I'm going to be perfect and always happy. Because you guys know me by now. Like, my mood, I can be moody sometimes. But when it comes to the way I do readings and stuff, they're going to change up a little bit. And hang on one second. I'm on YouTube. Thank you. Who's out here?
What?
Is it just you?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we're gonna start seeing the good things that we've all been struggling to find because we've all been aligning with negativity and those negative airwaves. And like I said, we're coming into a higher frequency and higher vibration where negativity cannot be. It can't dwell there. And you're going to know, like, you're going to be around people and you're just going to feel like, I love you, but I got to go. I love you, but I got to go and go home and recharge. Because as light workers, we're constantly exuberating your energy. We all do. Everybody exuberates energy. And that's why, like, negativity and negative dark forces like to find light workers. Ooh, it's getting dark in here. What in the heck? Did you guys see this? That is weird. Must be the cloud. I'm not making whatever. Keeps getting dark, then it gets light. Do I have to go sit in front of the window? That's happens from time to time. But yeah. Like I said, I just want y'all to know that there's a new start, but we have to train ourselves to align with positive and positive. Yeah, sometimes you have to pretty much lay it right out there if it's negative. Like, it's like you don't want to speak, you don't even want to think it, but if you're working with people and you're working with other people's energy, you're going to have to guide them in a loving way to what's really going on. Um, like I said, this has been the way my mind has been working. It no longer works for me. And it's no longer going to work for me. And it shouldn't work with the rest of the collective who are light workers. Look how dark it got in here. That's so weird. So weird. I'm not moving. Like, there. Do I have to keep on moving back? Like, what is going on? Yeah. We're coming out of a dark age into a light age. We're coming out of the darkness, going into the light. And that Ace of Wands is a fresh new start. It's a fresh new energy. A triumph. And victory. And success. So, I'm going to get on and do readings I think. I might do Taurus. Just because they have Uranus there now, and I really feel their hooves digging in, like, yeah, you're not Jane. But I woke up, I felt very grounded today for the first time in a very long, probably, I don't know, I can't even tell you the last time I felt this grounded. And just the gratitude that I have for waking up and being who I am. I don't want to be anybody else. I want to be me. I want to be the best me I can be. And I want you guys to be the best you can be. And exuberate lots of love. Like I said, I done a few readings after I got the download with the new healing modality. And I even implemented some of it in that. But yeah. It's more about being positive and aligning with that. Even if the situation looks so bad. Speak peace over the situation. Calm yourself. Look for the one positive thing. If there's anything you can do and you speak to that and align with that and watch what happens. You're going to start seeing synchronicities. You're going to start getting revelation and more downloads. You're going to start getting your own downloads. And like I said, people who, my subs, I don't want them to have to need me. I want them to go do what they're called to do with a good attitude and just express a lot of love to people, because the world, that's what the world needs right now. I'm not saying we have to accept the bad things. We speak to those bad things and turn them into a positive. It's going to raise the vibration even higher. When people don't want to be around negative people. People don't like negativity, but they do like truth and they do like rawness because they don't get a whole lot of that. And that's one thing that I can't turn off about myself is being truthful for what I know and being raw and real. I will never, I want to say never. Never's, I'm trying to lose the word always and never. I prefer to stick on my path as doing what I do and only focus on the positive. I may see that negative. I may want to bitch about that negative. I may feel that to my very core. You want to know what that is with your intuition? That isn't necessarily what's really happening. It's what you're thinking is going to happen because we were programmed. This is the way it's always happened. This is the way that go. This I've seen this before. This is the way this is going to go down. And when you're a powerful manifester, like what's happening right now, you have to get this. You have to get this. You speak into that dark place and you command it to turn back to light. You command it to. And watch what happens. Watch what happens. Watch your whole life turn around. You're going to end up on a whole different, probably a whole different path. But it's the path that you were chosen for. It's the path that you've already agreed to. It's reprogramming. Like I said, when I got this download, like in the middle of all that about the new healing modality and that I needed to use during my private readings, and I'm like, why am I okay? So I just went with it, and it all made sense. Of that's how I'm supposed to shift my private readings. They won't be for the faint at heart. But it's about renewing that mind, because there's negative dark forces out there who are going to continue to try to keep you at a low vibration. And what are you going to do? You will be faced with the choice. Do you want to stay in the old energy, or do you want to get into this new energy? Because that's exactly what I felt when I woke up. What is this? Because this doesn't feel like familiar territory to me. But as an Aries sun, after just going through a Uranus transit through, I'm ready. I've been ready 5 years ago to grab a hold of that wand, that brand new wand, and say, let's do this. And then guess what happened? Darkness. Pure darkness. And I didn't handle it too well. Not at all. But I still didn't lose faith. And I still love Jesus throughout all of this. Well, it's here. It's here. And it's time. When those negative thoughts come into your mind, flipping them around, and like that's unfathomable because we look at the situation for what it is instead of what it can be, which many times is a learning experience. Many times it's to teach us something, and then when you get the lesson, guess what happens? Off your Akashic record. You get boom, stamp passed. On to the next. Ace of Wands. Fresh new start. Well, that's why I'm here. Like I said, I'm still processing a lot of this. I don't know if a lot of you have felt just at peace. Because I have. Today, well, I'm an old soul that had to learn my divinity and had to realize that I don't need to carry guilt and shame and self-sabotage. And we self-sabotage ourselves by lining up with negativity. Oh, well, I put in for that job. Yeah. And then we think in our mind, well, we're not good enough. Oh, yeah, I know. I know it was. That way of thinking that you're not good enough is a lie. You need to cast down that lie that you're being told you weren't good enough. That's self-sabotage. That is a karmic thing. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We stepped into that portal and it was like go time, Dark Night of the Soul. We're shifting stuff that hasn't been removed. And we're going to bring to the surface what this conscious shift right now needs to learn. And you're going to learn it quick and fast. And it's going to be hard and heavy. And the heavy hitters are going to get it. And those who are learning, or I'm going to put this. If people haven't felt this stuff or the energy, I don't even see how I couldn't, like I said, I didn't even feel appropriate enough to come on and do readings because I didn't think that, and it wasn't that I didn't think that they would be good enough because I know that I hear all the time. It was just, I was learning some lessons of my own. And I was taking that time to step back and figure this stuff out of what has been holding me down. These properties have got to go. Part of what's been holding me down is financial bullshit, you know. So, either way, like I said, I put out my resume a couple different places. We'll see if I get a call. I didn't update it, but hey, if that's where Spirit wants me, that's where Spirit's going to put me. And like I said, I'll still be doing YouTube, obviously. It's not like I make any money at all doing YouTube, really. Make money off my private readings, that's it. Unless somebody donates to my channel, which doesn't happen very often. I am at 600 subs. Thank you very much. Only 400 more to go. So please like, share, and subscribe. Like I said, I've changed so much in the matter of a year. Not even a year. The lessons. I needed, most people don't understand when you go through this stuff. They don't even know what they're going through. They think they're going through a massive depression. Look how dark it is in here now. Ah. They think they're going through a massive depression. No. Welcome to the dark night of the soul. What are you learning? What are you learning about you? And the God inside you. And the manifesting power inside yourself. Because you all have it. You're a fractal of God who forgot your divinity. Yeah, it came from source. You are here for a very long time. And now there's changes happening on the planet that are unexplainable. Scientists are all up in arms, and it's because the light workers are finally stepping into their power. I'm going to start teaching other light workers how to do it. We had to figure it out first. Go with your gut. Go with your instinct. Yep. Living in 3D world your whole life, and then all of a sudden this energy shifts. It's like, all right, everything I just known the last my whole life since I've been, yeah, this doesn't feel like, okay, this is crazy energy. And many of us, hang on, because I gotta plug my phone in, because I drain my phone like a sucker now. My phone gets drained like crazy and does not like to charge. Call Mercury retrograde. Call it my own energy. I don't know, but yeah. I just want you all to know that there's a new start if you're willing to reach out and grab it. If you're willing to reach out and learn about who you really are inside, and that you're here to raise the vibration on the planet through love. Pure love. Love without motive. That's where we have to start, is at motives. Ask yourself, why am I doing this? If it has anything to do with 3D stuff, you need to re-ask yourself, why am I doing this? If it isn't helping the evolution of your soul. Now, I'm not telling you all to go out and quit your job tomorrow. That's not what I'm saying. But Spirit will remove you if you're not meant to be there. Exuberate love. Meditate. And I'm not saying love like 3D love. Love when you love yourself and you figure out that you don't suck. Because we all think we suck. Because that's what we were programmed to think. We're worms. Heathens. Sinners. You need to know that you're not that. Yep, your spirit having a human experience. That's how you have to start looking at the shift. I mean, let me know over the next few weeks. Take this principle of positivity in any negative situation and watch that negative situation turn into a positive. Some way or another, and you're going to get the synchronicities to go along with it. You're going to see it. You're going to then you're going to get the faith. That builds up faith. That's where faith gets built up, is when you start, when you can line up, when you can line up with positive ways and positive affirmations about who you are, why you're here. Listen in to your intuition. Speak your truth. Try to do it with love. Sometimes you have to be harsh. I get that. Sometimes you have to give somebody a reality check. But there's different forms and ways you can do that. Spirit's going to show me. So I'm learning right along with you. Look at this. Come on, light. Stay light in here. There it goes dark again. Yeah. Well, this is already 46 minutes long. Sorry, guys. Another long video, but yeah. When you start building up that faith, start speaking that positivity, I want to hear. Because you're going to have negative shit. We all do. It happens. But it's a test. When that stuff happens, it's a test. How you going to handle it? Because the universe is listening. Okay. They're just waiting to work on your behalf. And then when you line up with negative, they're like, here we go. They can't get involved. They throw their hands in the air and be like, come on. You know this. How many times we've got to go around this mountain? How many times do we have to go around the same mountain, Ms. Lisa? Till you finally get it. Well, I'm figuring it out, and I'm seeing it working, and I'm not going to give the illustrations because it's personal to me, but come on. I lean back, and it gets, I don't know why it keeps getting dark. See? There. Either way, I'm going to leave you with that. If you have any questions, comments, like to email me. If you need some clearing, because I'm figuring all this out real fast. Thank you, Pisces season. Thank you, Chiron, for coming in Aries, bringing all those secrets to me to give to you as the Ace of Swords and passing the torch. It's kind of the way I look at it. Discipling. Just do what I tell. Just seriously, try it. And then you'll get the synchronicities. You'll be like, all right, I'm on to something. Either way, I'm going to leave you with that. And I'm going to start getting ready. I think I'm going to do a reading. Passing that Ace of Wands. I'm in Aries. I can do that. Doggone right. We're coming into Aries season real quick. I'm an Aries sun. A grounded Aries sun. I got my moon in Capricorn. And I have my rising sign is Libra. So I'd probably come across sun because I'm pretty spontaneous. But even with Libra, we're pretty indecisive. We don't know what we're doing from one moment to the next most of the time. So I probably come across as a Libra a lot of times. But I got that Aries fire, man. But I'm grounded through Saturn and Capricorn. Not to mention Uranus that just left. Bye-bye. Went into Taurus. My Venus is in Taurus. So my divine feminine is now grounded. Getting grounded. The hooves are like, yeah. That's interesting. My Venus is in Taurus. And I'm a Libra rising. Venus rules both of them. Balanced. So, learning to balance this dark and light thing. And being positive. Working with the energy now. That's so ripe. You can almost feel the manifestation power. Anybody who feels an energy, you can almost feel the manifestation power. It's like it's electric. Anybody I'm telling you, like around when I was getting anybody I'd touch, they'd snap. Like I'd give someone a hug, snap. It was electric. Because I was being downloaded big time by source energy. Because I had ears to hear and listen. Even though I was pissy and upset about religion people, religious people, yeah, that does not go over well with me. We all know this. I'm not religious. I just like Jesus a lot and believe in the things that he had modeled for, us to do. I don't know. I haven't tried it. Shocked by class. No, I can't recall that one. I do know for the longest time I was dropping shit all the time. Just like I couldn't. It would just. I'd try to pick something up, fall out of my hand. Either way, I'm gonna get off of here. I think I'm gonna do a reading for Taurus. I feel very Taurusy today. I'm very grounded. So, so I'm gonna clear this out here, and I'll be on in a half hour. I'll do reading for Taurus, and like I said, I haven't really even been consistent with them because I saw the switch up. Well, I'd like to get as many done as I can. Gotta see who I have to do yet, but either way. Yep, sorry about that. Spirit was doing something different. Channeling, my channel's different. I'm not just going to talk about astrology, and I'm not just going to do tarot readings. I'm going to talk about real shit that I noticed to help my people come into a higher consciousness and fulfill their purpose. That's why I'm here. But I want to do readings too. So I think I'm going to do Taurus. I think I have Leo's done. Shocker. I have to do Aries, which I should, because they're coming in Aries season real fast. Maybe I'll do Taurus and then I'll flip over and do Aries. And I think I have to do Cancer yet. I know that. What is the other? Oh, wait, no. Oh, Virgo. That's the other one. So I love you. Y'all take care. Let me get myself cleared up here, and I'll be on to do readings. Bye.